Hi. Well, I don't even know what I'm going to say in this video. It might be just rambling on and on and on, but just what an absolutely amazing day. I think the best way that I can explain this experience is that it's like being with people who get it. It's like people that speak my language, and so right from the beginning, I'm in the van coming to the Westin in downtown LA, and in the van there's four people that are coming to the positive psychology Congress, and they just get it, and we don't have to try to make conversation. It just happens, and it's exciting, and it's deep, and it's wow. It's just everybody is so passionate about it, and what are you going to do, and what have you listened to, and what are you doing back home, and how are you using positive psychology. So even in the van, it was fantastic to talk to people who really speak my language and are passionate about positive psychology and are passionate about helping people. So the van, I knew I was pushing it, and I was. There was a pre-conference talk by Barbara Fredrickson, and she's the one that read, or excuse me, that wrote Positive or Positivity. And so I caught about the last 50 minutes of her talk, and that particular talk was talking about genes, our genes, and how much do they determine our happiness. And it was talking about, she talked about the difference between um, hedonic happiness and eudaimonic happiness. And the difference there is hedonic happiness is when you're just trying to make yourself happy, and eudaimonic happiness is when you are gleaning a sense of meaning and purpose by helping other people. So it's a lot more other oriented. And so just jam packed with just amazing, amazing information, so cutting edge, so just wow. Something that when Seligman was talking in the opening, I felt like an infant. I mean, I have a genius IQ. I'm a really smart guy. I know a lot about happiness. I've been studying this stuff for 4 years. And I felt like an infant. I felt like I didn't know anything. And that was so exciting to me. I mean, rather than feeling all shriveled up and all I don't know anything, I was so completely excited by that because it's a cutting edge field, and not everything is all figured out, and it's a work in motion, and it's so amazing to be a part of it. And and he was talking over my head, and there was a guy named Roy Baumeister, and he was talking over my head, and I was just blown away. The stuff, there was one slide that Seligman was talking about in particular about, and he wanted to know if, as we get older, if basically it's kind of is the best really yet to come, or do we think that the best is yet to come, and we're just kind of deluding ourselves. And he laid out this entire formula that was talking about how things build on themselves, and how actually things really do get better as we age, and why we are even better in our in our later years. Um, and he also talked about, there was a correlation. This was fascinating. There was a correlation between people who use really negative language and heart attacks. And so they were able to use actually Twitter to monitor what people are talking about and how they're saying it. And they found that in the areas where people were using really negative language, that the rates of heart attack are way higher. Just absolutely amazing. And the other piece that was really interesting in the opening is they were talking about how the future, how when people are happy, when we're talking about happiness, a lot of time we're using present language and we're talking of the past. And how, but if we want to have a sense of meaning, which is a very important part of happiness, that we need to be thinking about the future, future language. And so if we're happy in the present, but we don't foresee being happy in the future at all, then obviously that can be a very depressing thing. So they were talking about how they feel like they've been really remiss in not studying about how people conceptualize the future more. And so now there's this avalanche of new research that's coming out based on forward thinking and how we think of our past. And of course, optimism and hope is a really important part of that. So I'm just absolutely blown away. Afterwards, there was I want to say a recession. I can't even think. My brain is like so full, and it's just it's amazing. So there was afterwards, after the big opening talk, there was an opportunity for us to go downstairs and look at these posters, because each maybe I should go into that later about the posters. But there was food, which was good because I hadn't eaten, and food is an important part of our happiness, right? Don't have any food, then you're not happy. But what was really astounding to me was how you could, at every turn, you could talk to someone, and you could turn and you could just, they were speaking your language, and there might have been a different dialect per se, but at every turn there were fascinating people at your elbow all over the place. And you could stop, and you didn't have to have a reason to strike up a conversation with them. They just got you. They just get it. And so you'd say, well, what are you going to, what conferences are you going to go to? Because in this 3.5 days, they're going to present 114 different different presentations. I mean, it's overwhelming and amazing, and I'm so excited. So that was a great topic of conversation, was what are you going to do? I met a guy that was talking about meaning and purpose, and he's using, I think the word was teleology, Teleolgy, I think is how you spell it. And I mean, it's just, they're using even new language that I've never even heard. So just so fascinating to be around these people. I just feel immersed in it, and I feel like I'm a fetus. I feel like I don't know anything about happiness, and that's so exciting to me because it tells me I have so much to learn, and it's such a cutting edge thing. And now I'm officially repeating myself, so I'm going to stop that. But I'm going to go ahead and post this. Thanks for all your support and getting all kinds of great comments and thumbs up and likes and all that great stuff. And I want to keep you posted, so I'm going to do a lot of blogging, and there might be a lot of quick check-ins during the day, and then I'll try to give you a nice big juicy video like tonight, and kind of do my best to kind of recap the day. But I appreciate all your support, and I hope that you'll continue to support me. And by the way, I did cancel, if you haven't already got the memo, I did cancel the talk that I was going to do when I got back. I was calling it The Cutting Edge of Happiness, and that was scheduled the first Saturday that I was going to get back. I believe it was July 6th, and I need to make sure that you know that I did cancel that. if you're interested, and I think it was the holiday schedule is what scared people away. But if you're interested in that, please send me an email or a comment on the website, or on Facebook. That works too. But let me know that you're interested, and I'll throw something together, and we'll get together and have some fun. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Until then, keep smiling, okay?